Hey, how are you?
What's that? Okay.
Is everybody good? Yeah, everybody good?
And Coach, coming off of the weekend road trip, anything that you think that the team did well, like areas that the team's been improving on?
Well, the last game I thought our effort, our energy was there, and our defensive identity was definitely at a high level. Offensively, we have to take care of the basketball. The guys know that. We'll continue to stress it and watch film and get on the floor and continue to work.
Can you give us an update on Brandon Ingram and maybe what he was able to do in practice today?
He had a full 5-on-5 practice where he got some work in, and we'll continue to evaluate him after today and see where he is and give you guys an update.
I know this is probably a better question for the trainer, but with the toe contusion, do you know really what's holding him back with that, or what kind of benchmarks he's looking to hit before he can come back?
So what was holding him back is just his pain. He was still feeling pain in his toe, and as the pain started to go away, he was able to do more. And so now he's starting to hit some of those benchmarks, which allows him to get back on the floor. He had a good day today. We'll see how he bounced back.
Coach, is there an expectation that maybe he'll play on this homestand, considering he went on 5-5 a couple days ago, and what he did today?
I don't know. We're hopeful. We'll see how it goes. Once again, he had a good day today, played 5-on-5, and that's something that he needed to do to get back on the floor and hopefully play in some games. We'll see how he responds after today's practice.
How do you know how to not rush a guy, Willie? Is there science to that?
We just try to rely on the medical team and our performance team. We feel like we got one of the best in that category, and we just try to, continue to have talks, set some goals, and listen to our guys and what they're going through and what they're feeling. And we don't want to put any guy on the floor if it's going to jeopardize his ability to have, to play the rest of the season. And so we just try to have a big picture mindset in that way.
Coach, do you have an update on Naji? Was he able to go through any parts of practice today?
Naji did too. He went through more of like half of practice. Said he felt good, but he's another guy. You kind of got to wait and see how guys respond the next day. Will they have some soreness? Will they feel fine? And we'll give you guys an update accordingly.
And how is Zion progressing? I think he's supposed to have a set of imaging either tomorrow or sometime this week.
Yeah, he'll have a set of imaging, and we'll know more once we see how his hamstring is doing.
Willie, in the last 4 losses, 3 of them, you guys have been up at halftime and then fall in the second half. What do you attribute maybe those struggles to in the second half?
Number one, we got to take care of the ball offensively. I think that's hurting us. Not getting opportunities to score and fueling teams offense, fueling their defense by turning the ball over. I think that hurts us. And we just got to do a bit more. Whatever that is, that's rebounding sometimes that's making an extra play offensively. And we're right there, but we're just in one of those stretches where, we got to do a little bit more, and that's each and every guy, and just continue to make winning plays.
Turnovers are something that have come up throughout the season. It sounds so simple just to take care of the ball, but where does that start, and how do you do that?
It's games that we do it, and when we do, our offense is better, our defense is better. It starts with all of us. Continue to watch film on it, continue to get on the court and look at the things that works. We got to value possessions. When we do, our offense is elite, and our defense we can set our defense against teams. When we turn the basketball over, teams are getting out in transition and it's putting a ton of pressure on our group.
You guys are welcoming in one of the best shooting teams in the NBA with the Denver Nuggets. How do you approach trying to slow that group down?
Do what we do. Compete, defend, share the ball. That's our foundation. That's our identity. We know that they have an MVP candidate in Jokic. He'll get a ton of touches if he plays, and we got to try to make it tough on him. Make sure we rebound the ball, come with a defensive mindset, and go out and attack them.
Coach, you guys got into a nice groove after a long road trip early in November on the West Coast. Do you think you can maybe do the same thing, because you're going to have, 7 next 10 games at home? You're coming off, 7 of 8 away from the Smoothie King. Do you think there's a good chance to get back into that groove that you guys had beforehand?
I think so. And, look, our guys are doing a lot of what we're asking them to do. This has just been a tough stretch for us, and we're falling a bit short in some of our games. But we'll get back on track. We just got to continue to stick to what we're doing. We'll tweak some things as we progress. But it's still a ton of good. I think it's going to be good for us in the long run that, we got guys out. Some of our young guys are getting the opportunity to step up and play major minutes. It builds their confidence. It also makes our depth stronger going into the latter part of the season. And so we're hopeful that we can get back on track soon.
Dyson Daniels, his role has expanded quite a bit, and he's one of the guys. Talk about how he's progressed and maybe a little bit ahead of where you thought he'd be at this point.
It's exciting to have a 19-year-old that is starting games for us, guarding some of the best players in the league, had a really good offensive game on both ends of the floor, against Miami. So it was good to see. And once again, he's one of those guys that will continue to get better, getting a ton of experience, which we kind of saw it last year with Jose, with Naji, with Trey and Herb. That experience helped us going into the postseason. So we'll continue to have a big picture mindset, and once we get healthy, we'll see where we are.
Is it hard to close out games when you don't have two of your best players? I mean, can you attribute some of that to that?
It makes it more difficult, but that's the NBA. We're not the only team dealing with it. There are other teams that's dealing with it, and like I said, every guy on the team just has to do a bit more, make more winning plays to give us a chance. Our margin for error is small. It's why taking care of the basketball is important for us offensively.
What happens when you get frustrated? Do you get mad at all? We haven't seen that side. Can you explain what that looks like?
For sure. I'm frustrated, just like the guys are. But we've been through adversity before, not only in basketball but in our lives, and we all come out okay. And at the end of it, that's my mindset, is that for whatever reason we got to go through this. We'll come out stronger. We'll keep believing in each other. Enjoy this journey. Enjoy coming to work. And at the end of the day, once again, after games, we go home, we have a meal, we spend time with our families, and nobody's lives are in jeopardy. So we'll be fine. We'll be okay.
But do you think kind of like your medal as a head coach is being tested by all of this?
Absolutely. We're always going to be challenged, and I'm going to be challenged and tested. I get frustrated just like the team does, and it comes out sometimes in film, sometimes in practice. But, just trying to stay balanced is important for me.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it. Thank you.